Welcome back, people. I'm Double Six. This is my channel, and today we're talking about part 2 of Has Feminism Created Independent Men? So stay tuned and watch out for this, alright? Women have forced us men to now take on the role of the home. They won the war against men. Why do we need to settle down when I'm doing all of this stuff and I can do it all by myself? When I was with Pam in a 15-year relationship, this is the kind of dinner that I got served. This is abuse. Look at the kitchen. Kitchen was ever like this when I was with Pam. Has modern feminism failed women? So welcome back, people. You've seen the little snippet there. So I want to say this is part 2 of Has Feminism Created Independent Men? In the first video, I was talking about the history of feminism, the definition of feminism. The definition that I touched on briefly was that feminism was the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes. But I touched on Has Feminism, which was the war against men, and rightly so that women won that war. Going into the modern 80s and 90s, into the late 2000s, has feminism gone too far in its quest for parity with men? So I have to ask that question. I want you to comment down below if you think that feminism has gone too far in its quest for parity with men. In particular, I focus on black feminism because black women are the women that I mainly are exposed to in my culture and in my community. I want to talk to you today about quest for parity. Has it gone too far with men? Because now men, I think the modern day feminism has created independent men, which is men who are independent of women. And it's not nice now that when a woman comes to me, and women don't really come to me anymore, you know, in that way, but when women come to me in a conversation of what they can offer a man to in a relationship, whereas back in the day, like my grandfather's days, 1900s, 1950s, 1940s, a woman would be offering basically to be the general, the sergeant, the drill sergeant of the household, running the household. Women have sought parity with men now, so you know, women don't run the household no more. Men share the chores, men share running the children, men share the bills, men go 50-50 on the mortgage, and they share the car payments, and rightly so, women are independent. But in doing that, you've created a man who can now look at himself and go, well, damn, I'm an independent man. Because take my story, for example. I was with Pam. If you check out my Black Families Matter episodes, I think I'm on like 1 to 7 or episode 8 now. You'll see what happened in the breakdown of my long-term relationship with my children's mother. Looking at that relationship, I've come out of that now an independent man. Children now, when I pick them up from school, they've got after school club. When I drop them off to school, they've got breakfast club. When I was going to school, my mum dropped me to school, my gran picked me up, or my uncle picked me up. We didn't go after school club. We didn't go breakfast club. Like, mum just dealt with all of that schooling. I don't even remember anybody who went breakfast club or after school club in my day. But now we got breakfast club, we got after school club for the kids. So now I can work. I can look after the kids, drop them to breakfast club 7 a.m, get onto work site at 8 a.m, mash my work, come pick up the kids at 6 o'clock. Like, there's no woman there. Like, in the daytime now, I'm thinking about, I got to pick up the kids from after school club. I'm going to go down to Tesco's. I'm going to go M&S. I'm going to buy 2 pizzas. I'm going to buy some spaghetti bolognese because someone likes spaghetti bolognese and daughter likes meatballs. I'm going to buy that. What am I going to cook for dinner? I'm going to get the kids in after school. I'm going to get them to do their wash up themselves. I'm going to cook their dinner for them, even though I'm cooking it in the microwave. So the microwave's cooking it, but you know, c'est la vie. I'm putting them to bed. I'm washing them. I'm dealing with them. I'm doing a little homework with them, little maths. And then when the kids go bed like 8 o'clock, 8:30, I'm jumping on the PC. I'm doing my quotations, sending my emails. That's till about 10 o'clock. And then boom, the day goes again. So I'm thinking to myself, like, women have forced us men to make it work. They've forced us to now take on the role of the home because you've said, oh yeah, you should do that. We're equal to you. You know, so I have to ask, like, has feminism, modern feminism, really destroyed what pre-old school 1900 feminism was all about, where like women, they didn't stop, like they won the war against men and then they didn't stop and now they've gone for parity with men. But when you've gone for parity with men, you've created an independent man. So a man's got to ask himself, like, what is this woman gonna do for me? She wants to marry me. What's she gonna do for me that I can't do for myself? You've you've created independent men. I think you've created independent men. I want to hear if you think modern feminism has created independent men. So I want you to comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button so the YouTube algorithm can get a little boost and more people can see this content. But you have to ask yourself, like, has feminism gone too far? Tell me in the comment section below. Has modern feminism failed women? Has it gone too far? Because now there are more and more men like me that have become independent men. And what that means is we've become independent of women. And I don't want to like crap on women and say, you know, because this is not a woman bashing channel, and I don't want it to be, and I refuse, because I love my black sisters and women. I love them so much. Like, I rate you lot so much, but sometimes you need a voice of reason. You need to be able to hear points of view from a man without me feeling like I'm a woman hater, because I'm not. But I think that modern feminism, in your quest for equality and parity with men, modern feminism is failing women, because more and more men are asking themselves, like, why do I need to get married? What's the point? I can do all of this by myself, and the few things that I can't do, I can find a partner that we can spend some time together to actually just, you know, knock that one out the park. You all know what I'm talking about, but you've got to ask yourself, like, black women especially, like, what does feminism represent today? Because you got equality, you got your voting rights, you've got your right to choose. So your argument for feminism was arguing for the right to have a choice. You got that choice. So I have to ask the question, like, what is feminism about today? Like, why do women keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going until now they've got parity with men? And men are saying, well, we're doing all of this stuff that we used to rely on women to do, so why do we need women again? Why do we need to be in a long-term relationship? Why do we need to get married? Why do we need to settle down when I'm doing all of this stuff and I can do it all by myself? Because women have forced men to become independent of women, and that's dangerous for women, because then that means that women are going to get put out of business. Women will get put out of business. When I was with Pam in a 15-year relationship, this is the kind of dinner that I got served. She said I was abusive. This is abuse. She alleged anyway. She couldn't prove it in court. Watch my Black Families Matter and you'll see. She couldn't prove that issue in court. But this is what kind of dinner that I received from independent woman. Yeah? So this is her right to choose, and this is her right to choose the dinner that she gave me. Look at that. Like, I can cook that myself. Why should I be in a long-term relationship, have dinner like this, to come home after a hard 12-hour shift and get dinner like that? That don't make no sense. When I used to come home, look at the room, look at the wardrobe room. I had to take a picture of this. This is what I used to come home. So this is what parity does when you have a woman. And women have got their right to choose, but now they're seeking parity. They're like, you should tidy up. Like, she's coming home every day, living like this and looking at me and going, well, you should tidy up. Well, you should tidy up. Well, you should tidy up. And I'm like, rah, I'm not. This is not how I live. Like, I would come home and this is how, like, the hallway would look for days. And if I didn't touch it, she wouldn't touch it. If I didn't touch it, she wouldn't touch it. And she'd probably touch it like at the end of the week, because there was no role defined. Like I couldn't define the role for her to look after the house, because modern day women are not thinking like that no more. So it's like, what's the point? Like, look at the kitchen. Kitchen was ever like this when I was with Pam. Come home and the kitchen's always got dishes, always got stuff like that. I'm the dog out there providing and grinding, and because these women want parity with you, they're gonna keep your yard like this. Like, it don't make no sense. But look, now I'm an independent man. Look at my yard. I got cleaner, I got maid. She comes in twice a week. Best thing on sliced bread. Cleans the house Monday, cleans the house Friday. Folds up all the clothes neatly. When you're living with someone 15 years and these people want to get married and say that they want to be a wife, say that they're independent women and they're seeking parity, look how they keep your house. But if you can pay for it yourself, look how your house can keep if you can pay for it yourself. If you're an independent man. And this is the danger that women are in now. Look at my room. Clean. This is how the cleaner looks after my place. God bless her. Comes in Monday, comes in Friday. Spread up the bed, tuck the sheets tight, fluff up the pillows. Yeah, the place is nice. But I'm an independent man now. So now I have to ask myself, like, feminism, modern feminism, has it failed women? You lot are going too far. Now you're creating independent men that are independent of women. And this is dangerous, because then your currency goes down. Your value to men goes down. And when you're trying to do an exchange and trying to exchange for a relationship, you'll see that we're not interested, because we're saying, what's the point? What's the point in coming home to situations like this? It don't make no sense. This is what feminism has done. When I really want to come home to my clothes ironed and stacked like this, and I can pay for that, that's cheaper. Easy for me to live like that. I want to come home and my bedroom is like this and my bread spread is taut. But if a woman says, you're doing that, and her friends are like, why are you cleaning house? Why are you doing this? Why are you looking after him like that? That's how you find your way in. That's the thin end of the wedge for a woman to find her way into a man's life. Get in by doing the little things, the simple things that he needs, the simple things that he needs to get taken care of. Do his dry cleaning, keep his house clean, keep his clothes washed, keep him fed, keep him, exhausted in other areas. Like, you've got feminism, you've got equality, but now with parity, you're looking at a man turning sideways and saying, well, boy, that's what you're gonna get for dinner, and this is how I'm gonna keep the house, because, I'm paying half the bills, or I'm paying half the car, or I'm paying some bills. In my case, Pam weren't paying no bills, like 0 bills at all, and she still wanted to leave the yard like this. Like, I was paying mortgage, car note, children's after school club, breakfast club. I was paying for all of them kind of things. I was paying for all of that, food, bills, everything, and this is how the woman was still leaving my yard. So then she forces me to go out and set my house this way. So now you've created an independent man, independent of women, and this is dangerous territory for women. So for those of you in the cheap seats, has feminism gone too far? I want you to comment on this in the video below. I think that equality has been achieved. Since the 1900s, equality has been achieved. But now in your quest for parity, I think women have gone too far. And your currency's going down now. You're devaluing now. You're like the Russian ruble. Like, no one wants to hold you long term. Seriously, like, women, just listen to me. I'm not hating on you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help our own community. I'm trying to help us stay strong. And to stay strong, you've got to understand you need to keep your value to men, and you need to understand what your value to men is. And I'll probably do another video about women's value to men. Probably do something like that, because I want to help people, and I want to help this channel, and I want to help men to become more deadly and more dangerous, and I want to help women as well to understand the roles and where the conflict is between men and women. Hope I've been useful, yeah? Stay tuned. I'll hit you up on the next video. Peace out.